God, it's Tuesday. Pull up a seat, talking Commanders football, drinking our whiskey neat. First Amendment sports, Ken, Kevin, and Tim. Don't muff it up, fellas, hail to the Redskins. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday here on First Amendment Sports.
Thank God it's Tuesday. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo. He's Kevin Ricca.
And I'm very happy to be here, but football is a very humbling sport, and we certainly got our gigantic dose of it last Thursday. And I don't know that we need to just really thump on that all night tonight, Ken.
Nope. We all saw it. It was a whole week of NFL football happened since the last time.
So much.
We played. Speaking of spankings, someone's going to get 50 of them in 3 hours. I think it's always a good time. Forget about, whatever. You had nothing to do with the day you were born on. That's a whole different podcast, which we do plan to do. Shout out, Coach. But congratulations, sir. Couldn't be happier that you're celebrating it on Tuesday, because technically you are.
Well, it's true. I'm celebrating the final days of being in my 40s here on a Tuesday, but I'm certain we will ride into the night a tad bit and do both. But hey, cheers to spending the last decade or so with a lot of you guys. It's been a ton of fun doing it, and I'm happy as hell to be here tonight, talking about some happy stuff, some fun stuff. Some good shit. How about that?
Only happy things after we just get it out of the way.
Yeah, we have to get a quick one in.
Thanks for your service, Dietrich in Austin.
Oh,
I mean, killer blows, not just to us. Guys, the guys who are signing on these kinds of deals, who are playing for us on 1 year and 2 year deals, they're older guys. They're football players. They're not just, they're good players. They're not just holding on and grasping to the game. These are death blows to their dream, unless, we'll see. But
both those guys are almost 10 years in.
Yeah.
But their dream was to get another one.
Yep.
And that ended.
Yep.
And it sucks because we love both those guys, and I don't think that we will see those cats ever again. Maybe Dietrich, we'll see. Who knows there?
Who knows?
I don't think Austin Eckler can continue this pace of just getting mauled. He's taken a physical beating in the last 3 years, but damn it, we took a physical beating. We got our ass from the line of scrimmage. The secondary sucked. Everything sucked, and everything was hard. But you know what? That week's over, and thank God it happened week 2, Ken. You know what I mean? It happened it can't happen at a better time. We don't know what the hell we are yet.
We don't. Yeah. Our offensive line, I'm a big believer in, first of all, the improvement from last year to this year. That was still evident even in the ass whooping. I will say this: that left side of the line, when it's Coleman and Tunzel, they look the part on TV. That's cool. I think Brandon Coleman is still, after 2 weeks, playing some of the best offensive guard in football. And Laramie makes Laramie mistakes. Listen, you sign up for it. That's. But he's also a gigantic mover of men, and he's a billion times better than what we had.
No, listen, they just got to get together as a 5, as a unit of 5, and that doesn't happen week 2. I understand that. I just thought it was pretty cool how they rolled out week 1, and then week 2 was not the same. They did not seem as cohesive a unit as I thought week 1. That was all. That's not something that can't be corrected. It's not. And against those guys, that's a badass squad, dude.
How much time?
Damn, I thought that's what we would be like in week 2.
Well, how much time I was staying on the line talking about the 5 coming together as a 5. Allegretti at right guard. What are our other options? I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm not trying to bench him, but I'm just saying, what are our other options? Do you Cosby's coming back at some point, so do you fiddle?
But not till at least week 4. And Wiley's had a great camp, and everyone talks about what a great teammate he is.
I want Wiley in there.
But Allegretti had a hell of a week 1.
He did.
So week 2.
We'll see. So the other theme, and you transitioned to it about Green Bay, is obviously they are favorites to win the Super Bowl. Clearly, they're so good. They should be week 2 favorites now. Yeah, they kicked the shit out of Detroit and us. Well, that's a hell of a start. We didn't thump the Giants, but we beat them handily.
Oh, we handled them. Yeah. I think that's a good term.
And the Giants got the Giants and the Cowboys played. I mean, there was a handful of just tough games to watch if you love football, and that was one of them. Even though the kicker, T would love a good kicker story.
So much terrible defense and great kicking.
I mean, Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson. He threw for 400 yards. That's not good for Dallas. That's not Russell Wilson being great. That's Dallas letting a 80-year-older with a walker hit you for 400 in the air, even though he can still spin it. I understand.
He's always done a great deep ball, and he chucks that thing up in the air and says, "Go get it, neighbors."
Yep. And that's, by the way, that's the difference that's like the perfect sum up of the difference in quarterbacks of potential for greatness. Like you talk about Favre, you talk about Manning, you talk about anybody who's worth a damn in the all-time list. If there's a one-on-one, they're putting the ball up and they're letting their guy go, be in position to either get the flag, all that stuff. And it's a total weird sidebar, but like our guy, like Kirk Cousins was not that guy.
No way.
He's a good NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
But he's not going to turn it loose. And it's a mentality. I thought Penix showed me a little something. I like Bo Nix.
Don't let Penix show you anything.
He's showing me some stuff.
And Bo Nix arguing and turning. He was checked down Charlie, screaming at the head coach, and he's going to have to get a little more mature there. You know who the badass was, who I also said needed to get mature? The dude we love coming out of college that I turned on when every goddamn Browns commercial had his face in it when he was stinking up the joint.
I love him.
Not only did he humble himself, he's turned himself into an extreme badass of the position.
Yes,
what he did the other night, last night, I love watching that. Now I'll watch that all day. So I've told you and I were huge fans when he was coming out of college. I said he needed to get NFL humbled. You can't just have all the commercials and all the golden ticket right away until you do something. You got to respect the league. And, he's learned that immensely, and he's taking it to a new level.
I mean, let's give him he gets like this much. You know what I mean?
But he stunk there, and he had attitude, and he was all over the commercials. It just wasn't a good look. Whoever was managing him was rolling in the dough. But you want to make that career, that longevity. That dude was scout team defensive tackle. 3 nights that he got signed by the Rams, goes in and wins a game late night. He's just a freak. He's different, but. Sorry, you were just bringing up those other guys. And
I love that you brought up Baker.
Whenever you bring up Penix, I go right to Baker. I'm going right to Baker.
He's got that big Penix energy too. I think that I've been on the Baker fan club, the whole way from college all the way, and I loved
even when he was a dick.
Even when he was a dick, because I was like, that's just a really good guy finding himself in Cleveland.
A really good guy. He was every 3 seconds there was a commercial of him in that stadium, and it was relentless. And I had enough. I had enough.
Players do and can do a good job of not plastering themselves across the market. So I was okay.
Well, anyways, he's a badass, and he's gotten himself right. And since he's been in Tampa Bay, he's led the NFL in touchdown passes, come from behind fourth quarter drives, and being a badass.
Fourth quarter touchdowns, period.
Yes.
And the I don't know. Obviously we all watched that game last night. He's special, and he's not as athletic as Jaden or Lamar or any of these guys.
I knew if I said Baker, I'd be
sorry. Okay, you know what?
I was trying to get away from.
It's not Baker's birthday. It's Kevin's birthday.
No.
And our guy, Baby J,
I agreed about Baker. Yes,
sprained knee. We're not going to worry. I think
I'm
you
worried.
and I said
he got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, he did.
He took 1,000,000 hits, and
he did. That's not his game.
I thought we were graduating past that, but it looks like the whole NFL's starting guy, Baker included. Yeah. Everyone. Joe Burrow, everyone's getting their shit kicked in. It was a rough weekend to be spinning it in the big league.
It's crazy how many frontline guys aren't playing this week in the NFL in week 3. Not just quarterbacks, but especially quarterbacks. So, we get. Well, let's hold off on the Raiders for a second, because that's the last game we all saw, because it ended at 1 last night. This is a terrible game to stay up late for, unless maybe you had an interest. The Al Michael style. If you had the Commanders Packers game, really being, I think 2 teams that have business calling themselves not just playoff contenders, but at least NFC championship game contenders. And the Green Bay Packers thumped Detroit, and then what Detroit did in week 2, when they just absolutely dominated Chicago. I mean, Chicago, by the way, they haven't won in how many games now? 12.
It was 10 after us, so yeah. I know.
That's Cleveland territory.
That stinks.
That's terrible. When you think about that, that's like a deep stain. Like if you dump Kool-Aid dust on like a white marble countertop in your kitchen, you would think to yourself, I'll just wipe that off. But oh no, the Kool-Aid stains even marble. This is where
obviously you've got some pent up aggression, and it happened directly upstairs.
This could happen to Caleb. Like this is stuff that stains that doesn't come out. This is like if you, I mean, okay, I don't want it to happen, but it's not looking good.
No, not great to be a Bears fan, but I don't want to point the finger.
No, it's not. Trust me, it's not.
I mean, at anybody. That's after what happened to us. We have to be humble and keep our mouth shut all week. We took it on the chin relentlessly, and that's fine. We've as a fan base, as a group of gentlemen on this show right here, watching, listening, and sometime during the week checking us out. We've done this. We've been here. We'll be all right. The sky's not falling. It's just God. It felt like everyone was punching me in the stomach on my street at the same time.
Yes, and I didn't really like the offseason. I forgot all about the fact that my Chicago Bears fans haven't seen a win in 10 games.
That is kind of brutal, man.
And now it's been 12 games, which in real time is like, a year. I mean, we're coming up on a year. They're not long for being 365 days without a win. That's crazy. That's the Chicago Bears. That's a huge deal. Obviously, they're on our schedule again in a similar spot. So,
well, we're the one that sent them on this slide.
I know.
They were winning. It was over. They got Hail Married, and then they lost the next 11. That's like you got to say more rosaries than that, Chicago. Come on, there's a lot of Irish Catholics there.
You know, remember in Moneyball where like they're doing the streak and the A's are winning? They're going for the longest winning streak ever in MLB. Okay, all right. Well, they get it. They
I never
go up.
saw Moneyball.
Would you remember that?
I understand the premise.
Yeah,
Oakland, and the cliff notes of the book. Yes.
Really, it's just about the Oakland A's and their winning streak. Whatever it was, the game they tied or the game they went ahead. I mean, it was dicey. They gave up a crazy huge lead. And won it at the end, I think, and it was a huge, crazy, big deal. That's kind of like this Chicago Bears streak in the other direction. Like they should never have lost that game against Minnesota. And based on what we saw from J.J. McCarthy this week in week 2 and the Minnesota Vikings team, that makes that loss that Chicago took in week 1 look so much worse
because they played 1 quarter of offense out of 8, and then somehow pulled out a dub. And Minnesota, whatever. It's weird to see everybody in September. The NFL really, really creates who the contenders are sometime in October, I imagine, because I'm thinking back to last September, and we were odd. We were an odd team.
Yep.
We had a quarterback that was running around making crazy plays for us, helping us get those slim W's. Let's hope that he's okay.
I think he's going to be okay. And with regard, because I'm, obviously a trained doctor, but I think that
I just hate 24-year-old knees, man. That's all.
If he's healthy, he should play. If he's hurt, he shouldn't play. I don't think this should come down to whether it's a shitty Raiders team or whatever.
The Raiders are inconsequential to this decision.
That's right.
They don't have shit to do with it. The game itself and whatever. It has nothing. This is all about 5. And I know he wants to play and blah, blah, blah all the time, but no. I'm talking about the front office making the choice, not 5. Of course he wants to be in there. And adrenaline's a hell of a drug, but do we really need him all juiced up against the Raiders on because it sounds to me like an MCL, and there's various degrees, first, second, third, nowhere near the athleticism of Jaden Daniels, but I've played with a second degree braced up, sitting in the pocket at the Division III level without monsters, but with tough dudes. And you're hindered, you're hampered, you're not yourself. If he's got to be hampered at any level, don't put him out there. There's no reason for it. So we don't need to harp on that either. We both agree.
But the interesting part is a very important signing for our team in the offseason and a very important presence on our sideline and in the quarterback room every week for the last year and a half. Marcus Mariota, who did play for the Las Vegas Raiders 2 years ago, I think it was. And I think there were teams this offseason who at least were going to let him challenge for a job. I mean, there was like 3 or 4 teams that, where the quarterback competition is ongoing in week 2.
Specific to offenses that resemble ours.
Yeah.
He can't play in every offense in the NFL. We all understand that. but he certainly can be functional and better than functional in this offense.
Oh, yes.
With this play caller, and hopefully the O-line getting their act back together on week 3.
I think part of me, even though as I like to tell people, like truly, we talk about the Raiders inconsequential to the decision, is health paramount, but really even more importantly, that I think this is a decision that should really ultimately be left up to guys like me who are fantasy football owners.
I got Joe Burrow, man. I'm trying to give him a toe. He can borrow this toe. Just give it back to me in February. I don't need it.
No, you don't.
I don't need it till, I don't know if I ever need it. Well, I think you do need it for balance.
And I know you feel the same way. I'm going to miss seeing Joe Burrow play football this year.
Well, we're going to watch his backup throw for maybe as many touchdowns, but quadruple the amount of interceptions. It's going to be great. Yeah. They thought that they were going to freaking have a crazy season with their bad defense, but Burrow doesn't make those mistakes. Now, here we go. And fantasy-wise, it's going to be fine. I mean, it's not going to...
If you still get... Well, because you still get...
Our league, you keep the team.
Yeah, you got the team quarterback, so you're good.
I mean, it's the old man, lazy-ass league, but fine.
But it's still... That means
I love it.
You get Jamar, you get T, you get Chase.
Exactly. I will watch that offense all year long.
100%.
Be like, all right, let it rip. Who cares? But whatever.
Bears
sucks. I want to watch some of these guys. Is that possible?
Ken Harris. I'm sorry. I'm being derelict in my comment.
Is that possible?
Duties. How are the Bears favored over Dallas early Christmas presents?
Obviously at home. And what?
That would be a huge win.
I thought Dallas looked pretty good offensively. And whatever. Listen. They're whatever. I don't know what anyone looks like right now. I really don't. I like watching it. I just was so upset on Thursday. It was such a dog puncher.
I thought the better team clearly won, and I thought it was
a reality.
Evident.
We're not as good as we were freaking hoping we'd be. But hey, but right now we don't want to be that good. We want to be that good 2 months from now. So,
but it completely shaped the way I watched football on Saturday. So after watching us get, waxed by Tucker Kraft, who deserves everything. He's awesome and he's a football player. I
mean, what happened? Did he have a magnetic force that was refracting defensive backs within 10 yards of him? I've never seen someone so GD open in my life. Every time I looked up at the television set,
it was almost like we're not going to cover this guy. We're going to see if they notice. And I mean, they noticed.
You think? Well, we'll get into that, but I think Brock Bowers also noticed. Just being honest.
Well, you know what? But that's the thing. Well, I think we'll pay attention to him. I think we were trying to take away Matthew Golden and with Jaden Reed, who took himself out. Wow. By the way, that is a dick punch. He caught a beautiful touchdown pass over the shoulder in. He gets wiped out for a penalty, and on that play, he gets knocked out for the game. Ugh. I mean, I'm sorry. I wish I
felt worse for him.
I hate to see it. I know.
We got shit all over the place. We need more dongs to get punched.
We need more dongs. They're on order. My guy tells me.
I don't know why I say
Thursday,
these things to you.
Thursday. I want to focus, if we can, just for a second, on the week that was on Sunday as a result of our result in Green Bay. Starting to put all the pieces together. The Giants offense having the kind of day they had. I think obviously they had an above average day for themselves against the Cowboys, but it was so far above what they did. I mean, what we did against them, that's something to consider.
Yeah. And
then with Detroit, the offensive outpouring that the Detroit offense came up with. I mean, that's a 50 burger. I mean, in the NFL, that's like a high school scheduling, the Sisters of the Poor, in week 2, it was a drubbing. And Green Bay made them look like Sisters of the Poor 7 days before.
I know. Freaking Green Bay's won the September Super Bowl. Good for Green Bay now. Mm-hmm. Good luck. They're off to the races, and they're first. And I think they're out there ahead of everyone.
I think it's them in Buffalo.
I'm talking about the NFC.
In the NFC.
I'm just NFCing.
In the NFC, let's talk about that for a second, because you'll be able to see this, Kev. So I don't like to put stuff up here when you can't see.
I'm scared of what you're going to show.
I just want to show the team so that we have an idea, so that we know that fine. Of all, because you talk about how the NFL decides the contenders, not the NFL, the league, but the game decides, that you're not going to have Joe Burrow for 3 months. Good luck, Cincinnati, or that you're going to not going to have or that you're going to get a resurgent Daniel Jones in Indianapolis, and all of a sudden you're going to look like a contender. Holy shit!
It's my favorite nickname in recent history.
What's that?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. There's the commercials.
He's unstoppable. Mr. Jones.
We want the commercials, right? Like, let's go right
seriously.
into the vein.
He deserves it. Good for Mr. Jones. Indy.
We named the dog Indiana. So of all the pre-September contenders that came in, everyone thinking highly of and that we're going to be, great. There's one, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're still that, and that just gives us a chance. And I'm sorry to do this. I'm just so hot and bothered by this tush push. Huh?
Hot and bothered and tush, but I understand what you're saying. I can't even give you shit because it's very annoying.
It's an ingenious idea, and that takes the rules and says we're going to do this according to the rules, and no one's going to stop it. Great, I love it. I love you should be able to do that. That's why I had such a hard time banning the play. The reason why this play is making the NFL look like idiots is because everyone's offsides. The tackles and sometimes even the guards are jumping the snap, which I also think is planned, and no one can see it because they're offsides. The line referee can't see the ball. He can't. I mean,
which is shocking to me.
We saw it in 4K.
What are they so intimidated by? We watched it this weekend. What are they worried about? They can't call a penalty against the Eagles because why?
So my argument is, and this can be fixed now by the league, is fine. Yeah. You said they could do the play because it adhered to the rules. It didn't break any rules. Well, you have to enforce the rules on the freaking play. Like, it has to all work together. You can't just be like, good job. You took the rule book and made your way through it like a maze, and you got to the cheese in the middle. Awesome job. And now we're just never going to call offsides on you again. We're never going to call false start on you again.
Both sides line up with the helmets almost crisscrossing.
The dumbest thing ever.
From the angle we were looking at, it was like, all right, they're just not going to call it. But on either side, and multiple times, I will say that, many times the defense, because they're looking for their mini advantage. They're trying to figure out how to stop it, obviously. It's just terrible. I hate watching it. And by the way, if I have to hear the term again,
I know.
Tush. There's no reason for that term to ever be said in football. Like I just can't.
I don't even know where it came from. I hate it. I like the brotherly shove initially, just because.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Fine, but they keep saying tush push. It sounds.
And this should go down. The other main besides the obvious awkwardness and uncomfortability of two grown men in the basement saying tush push over and over, and over and over, and we go back and forth. But the whole brotherly shove thing in the NFL, I think truly
brotherly
great.
Shove's not great either, by the way.
No, but it identifies it with record. Philadelphia.
True.
You know, the city of brotherly love, the brotherly shove. It's a Philadelphia thing. Like when this thing goes down in flames, like it absolutely will. At this point now, like that's the conclusion I come to after watching it this week. 7 times the Philadelphia Eagles ran it. Almost all 7 times there was a false start and offsides on the play. Like there is no reason for that. Because the whole reason why the play exists is because it follows the rules. Like they invented a play that follows the rules that they're allowed to break the rules on. NFL, you fucked up. That will get fixed.
From the rules from 100 years ago.
Yeah, well, sure. There's more writing on the parchment.
Yes.
Oh my. Yes.
Furthermore.
All right. So
Tories and Whigs were arguing this years and years ago, Ken.
But the cool thing is we play Philadelphia at the end of the season, and this is an easy point of emphasis. To be, they're not going to have to be like, well, we have to wait until the offseason to determine if we're going to call offsides on this play. Nope, you can just that's something that one call gets made and say, hey, listen, call offsides, call false start, like make them run the play, make there be an actual line of scrimmage, make them work for it. This is not. It's turning into. They've turned it into a non-play.
I've never liked it. I've just always tried to just be like, I don't want to be the rules guy, but it's so annoying to watch. And no, Philly is going to get it, and no one's going to do anything about it. It's like it's just a frustrating play. That are we really going to try and have everyone trying to accomplish this? Is everyone? I said JJ McCarthy jumped, and the whoever it was tried to launch him. That was a cheek toss.
It was a cheek toss.
I mean, that was a full out, and he put the ball up and over, and he was. What are we doing? Alley oops, like hey, everyone's like flying over.
This is how they got I mean, it's
Mike Leach. We're going to talk about him.
Someone's going to get killed.
He had in his playbook. He thought that he should go out on campus, find a little person, and throw him over. Yeah. I mean, that's sick.
But it is if it's a
if you can get a first down in Texas, shit doesn't matter.
And in the think about the NIL money that
guy could have
gotten. Holy shit!
Oh my gosh!
I am glad that that didn't happen. Now it should happen because everyone should get paid. If everyone's getting paid, everyone should get paid. So, anyways,
mostly Lil Nil.
Mostly Lil Nil.
Oh
yes!
Oh, come on!
That's Lil Nil.
You want a boost, Lil Nil?
Hit on. He's got the money bag.
When's the last time you gave Lil Nil a boost?
The brotherly shove is becoming a terrible thing. And so here's the deal: if they're going to turn in, remember the evolution of offensive lines in the '80s, which was really led by the NFC East, the Wall in Dallas, Bill Parcells in New York, and Joe Gibbs with the Hogs. They decided that they had to have the biggest and baddest guys on the league. Obviously, Lawrence Taylor had something to say about that, as did some other guys, but. It went from like average NFL line size, went from like 250 to 300 in a matter of time. And we're going to get well above that. But now you're basically saying, I need 10 yards to stay on the field. If I get four like 375-pound dudes and roll a fullback behind him on a direct snap, I'm going to get 3.5 yards every single time.
In a passing league where everything has
been
going
backwards.
Exactly.
We're going backwards.
And that's the part that they're like, what do we do? We got to let them have something.
Yeah.
Or else. Or
this is the overreaction to not calling nitpicky pass interference calls.
Obviously, the city of Philadelphia is the one city that has something on Goodell. They got him right by his Goodells. I mean, what the hell else could it be?
Yeah, so this is Ken Harris. This is what started it all in 2005. That allowed offensive players to push runners. Everyone remembers the famous Ice Bowl picture with the Packers, Bart Starr running it. I think it was Bart Starr running it in, and the fullback coming up on him with his hands in the air and making sure the referee that he was not pushing. So was that Jim Taylor? It might have been Jim. I think it was Jim Taylor.
Or Green Bay Packing.
Green Bay Packing.
Nope,
check me on that board. I believe that was Jim Taylor. So, anyways, I like the way the Bills do it, only because I like Josh Allen. I don't know why all of a sudden, and I hate Philadelphia. So, but back to the point of the league, the Philadelphia Eagles, contenders coming in firmly in control of their contention. Green Bay Packers 2-0, firmly contenders, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think those are your top three NFC teams. Now, obviously, there's teams out west. We talk about Matt Stafford, talk about the Niners, all that stuff. I believe they have 3 2-win teams in the NFC West. But I think Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, and Green Bay, I think those are your three tops.
It is right now. No doubt about it. And man, all those teams were in the mix last year. All 3 playoff teams. All 3 had a shot. All 3 sniffed, had that little taste. One of them got it all, and the other 2 are looking for a little more. And you know what?
We played 2 of them in the playoffs
exactly.
last year.
And we're not the only hungry team out there. But the good news is that week 2 does not constitute a bad season. So it just was the most frustrating I've been, and since a game, Greg Martin mentioned earlier that we played like dog shit against Tampa in week 1 last week. We did. But I wasn't that frustrated because I did not know who we were, or what we were, or anything about us, and I was just taking it all in. I've been so frustrated for the first 2 weeks this year. Nothing has been easy. Nothing's gone smooth.
New York.
He's talking about how we played against last year. Opened up against Tampa Bay and didn't play much better in week 1. Didn't play much better against New York.
Didn't play better at all.
Didn't score a touchdown. It was 6 field goals, right?
7. We won 21-18.
21-18. I keep thinking 18-15.
The first team ever that I think scored 3 touchdowns and lost.
Exactly. They went for 2 twice.
Well, they lost Graham Gano on the opening kickoff.
That's true.
That game was so weird and weirdly terrible, as all Redskins Giants clashes, except for in this era, have been.
Yeah.
It's been.
I think 3 in a row hasn't happened in a long ass time.
3 in a row. Oh God, no one's won 3 in a row
against the Giants. We've beat the Giants 3 times in a row now with Jaden.
Yeah.
And the last time that happened was.
I can't remember.
I can't either. It's like 20, whatever.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of
too much time.
If you think of Gibbs Parcells, in the late 80s, early 90s. And I do, and watching them play in the trashy, windy, trash blowing Meadowlands, and obviously playing at RFK. So there were great games then, plenty of great games. I'm trying to think the last big time Giants game, that comes immediately to mind, and it was 2007 when we were coming in hot and the Giants were coming in terrible. We wore our
I'm listening.
Our throwbacks. It was the gold helmet day with Sean Taylor was out there, and Michael Strachan in that Giants defensive line. Strahan. Oh, Strachan. I just off. Don't we have a wide? Isn't there a wide receiver named Michael?
Well, he's gone now.
He's gone now. Yes. All right, it's all kinds of stuff in the old noggin.
Yep. And he was from Grand Bahama Island, where my family's at. Super weird.
Strachan. Michael Strachan. That's right. It's like there's too many degrees.
Yep. There's a lot of shit going on.
But their defensive line figured out. They stopped us at the goal line, and they turned their season around. They all went on to win the Super Bowl that year in 2007. But that Giants game stands out to me as a monumental Giants game for that reason and a variety of others. And the jerseys, Sean Taylor, and that Giants defensive line. I can't think of a big Giants game in 20 years.
No, I was just saying that winning 3 in a row, though, hasn't happened in 20 years.
That would be a huge deal. This would be the first.
We've beaten the Giants 3 times in a row is what I'm saying.
No,
for the first time in
if we beat them for the 4th time, that's it's gigantic. I mean, this would be if the Philadelphia Eagles figure out how to win this division. I think it would be the first time of a repeat winner in 20-something years.
I think it is. It's at least 20, which is kind of crazy as shit because there's been some dynasties in long time ago in this conference.
We contributed.
But I'm just telling you, in the 2000s, the Giants got 2. Philly's gotten 2 since then.
Yep.
Dallas and us have not. We haven't. But that's all right.
They're still shaking it around. It's still getting the point is for us, or I should say the point is for Philadelphia. They are sitting on top. Obviously, they're the defending champs, but they have yet to face a big amount of adversity, as a lot of these teams are. The San Francisco 49ers, 2-0, a contender. They lose Brock Purdy, and they're leaning on Mac Jones. No one knows how long Kyler Murray will pay attention. The Arizona Cardinals always seem to be good.
Yeah. Last 2 years they've been tough.
And McVay and the Rams and Stafford is, as long as those guys are healthy. By the way, Puka Nacua continues to look like just a monster. He plays bigger than he is.
He's a good player, man.
Yeah. We have the NFC North, right?
Yes.
And who are our randos? Do you remember?
No, we have the North, and we have
from the West we play the Rams.
No, because we have the Chargers.
Seattle. We play Seattle.
Yes.
November 2nd, we play Seattle.
And I thought that was an interesting matchup with our dalliance with the possibilities of having their coach as well. And I'm sure he ain't forgetting, and neither is our guy, but we'll see.
So the record as a result of that, we all had us at 2-0. The board, Ken and Kevin, we all were 2-0. So we're going to be wrong for a hot second. We're not coming out of the gate undefeated. We're not going to be one of the NFL's last undefeated teams. But again, the underlying theme of how did I watch football? How do we watch football on Sunday based on the result of this game? I still see like we didn't get blown out, even though they won handily. Like the same way we beat the Giants in week 1, that's kind of how they beat us. Like no one was ever really questioning the result. And we were just taking on water, losing players to injury. I'm super excited Brandon Coleman came back on the field. Oh yeah. Do you guys want to do this? No? Okay, they blew it out.
Oh,
we have some visitors. We have some visitors. Some birthday well-wishers. Holly and Caroline and Leslie Strachan, Caroline Whitehead, Holly Keene. Good to see you guys. You guys make yourselves comfortable. Is it raining hard still out there?
That's incredible. How are you guys? Who's jumping out of that little cake? By the way,
Coach Ricca is coming right out of that cake. Yes, of course I will. Is that an ice cream cake? It's like 100 degrees in here. All right. Everyone remembers Caroline. talked about some stuff.
She doesn't remember you. She has no idea who any of you are.
Here we go. This is straight from
She was with us.
Leslie Strachan, Carolyn Whitehead, and there you go. Holly
I'm
King.
glad. The good news is someone found the one candle in their drawer in their
That's a
silverware
50-cent candle,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
That's a 50. That you only need one in the Roman alphabet. You only
That
need
is
you only need one.
awesome.
You only need one letter for
That's
your
awesome.
new age.
I appreciate it.
You got
Thank
to a
you guys
one-letter
very
age.
much. You guys are the best.
Hey, and Red's here too.
Yes. I mean,
Come on through.
it's getting crazy down
party.
here. All right, I gotta
I
blow it.
told
I'm
you.
gonna make a wish and I'm gonna
Yes.
blow it out. Yes. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate
Ice
it.
cream cake.
Love you guys. Appreciate you. That's
Back to you here.
fantastic.
Holly, thank you so
Thanks
much.
for hanging in there with us, guys. I'm now bright red and in a full sweat. Oh boy.
And
Do we have? Is there a fan? Were you here to help turn the fans on? Is that?
And we have, let's see. We have, there's EO. Oh, 43. Happy birthday to EO.
Yo, you young buck.
43.
Happy birthday to you too, my man.
Ken Harris wants more Costco shopping tips from Caroline. So if you could go ahead and note those for us.
Oh, look, Ken, there's a package of 32-degree underwears.
Yes,
This is
nice.
amazing.
Nice.
Oh, it must have been, there was a combo package at Costco. That's awesome.
It is the birthday show, Ken Harris. 100% is the birthday show.
Well, I don't know if it's the birthday show, but I know that whoever just kicked that fan on, Leslie, you are amazing. I'm melting. I did not anticipate this after my third whiskey. But who is counting?
It's menopause, menopause, and Caroline, it's afflicting so many, and we don't make light of it. Okay, I had to take like 3 naps last week.
Oh boy.
And I could have probably used a few more.
Oh man. Well, if you don't mind, Ken.
Yeah, or another. You guys are. Yeah, we'll absolutely.
You guys, please. You guys, now they're leaving.
No, they're hanging out. They're hanging out in the green room. They're in the green room. The predictions for this week's game. Holly, who's winning this? Who's winning? Skins or Raiders? All right. What's the final score? We got Caroline 21-14. Holly is 17-10. Leslie's going. I think she's the 13 to 0. I love it.
I love it.
That'd be great.
Leslie said 13-0.
13-0. By the way,
That's ridiculous.
that would be one of the greatest scenarios. Like last night, I'm watching this Raiders team, and Geno Smith and they keep talking about the oldest coach in the history of the NFL, and I'm thinking to myself, that makes sense because they're on their 19th play this drive, and they're still they haven't even got to like the 16-yard line. On their 19th play, they may have gotten to the 19-yard line. It was insane. And then on their 20th play, I believe, and on the 20th play,
field goal team.
They rested.
Yes,
yes. On the 7th day. So that's a get right offense. We can talk about our offense and what we expect and need and want, but for our defense, this is a classic get right offense. Their running back is dynamic and tough, but he can be tackled by our beefy tacklers.
Bro, he's averaging 40 yards per game. I'm not sure how. I mean, it's not coming flexing on everybody, but
we're not going to be worried about Ashton Genty.
His longest run is 13 yards in 2 games. I'm sure he'll have a nice day. He's going to be a superstar.
We're going to bracket, Brock Bowers, Brock
Bowers. 5
bracket,
catches, 8 targets last week. I think he's still a little nicked up, and he's a great player, but there's no one on this offense. I mean, Geno's got 1 teeter and 4 pickles. There's just nothing, like you said, it's get right.
To get right.
I mean, I like that term. We also, for an offense that just sputtered like that, we have an extra 96 hours, legitimately 4 days, and they're coming here cross country.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with a get right offense, the amount of 4 days off rest, plus them traveling the country, you would imagine we would handle business like we did last year against teams that we were better than. We beat the crap out of last year. We handled our business in that particular field. We didn't let these bad teams mess around with us as the season progressed. So let's get out there and start that over again this week.
Max Crosby's for real.
I mean, let's just get that out of the way.
He's for real.
He's as good as it gets. He's as good
Everything
as we
you
will
hear,
see at that spot.
He is it's like the twitch athleticism in addition to the dog and the badassery is nuts. He's a highly athletic defensive end who will most assuredly find ways to go up against Josh Connerly Jr., which means John Bates has to be on the field, which means running backs have to chip, which means wide receivers have to chip. So that's something.
And still keep your fingers crossed.
That's right.
I think he's spectacular. I think he's one of the baddest SDNs I've witnessed recent years. Obviously, he makes damn $39 million a year. I mean,
I actually think John Bates is our better tackle blocker against Max Crosby. But
he's got to be healthy. You got a bad groin. Max Crosby's not the dude. Did you see him on defense on goal line come down 2 gaps and blow the whole entire thing up?
He's like a Navy SEAL of defensive ends.
He's a monster. He's a monster.
It's like special ops.
But after him, the good news is he makes like 38 point something. The next highest paid guy is the DN Malcolm Kuntz. He's obviously a little bit better because he doesn't get all that much attention paid to him. But we'll be happy about this, guys. Jeremy Chin, we all know, is a badass, physical, tough-ass player, but not great in coverage. And he is also in the lineup with Caillou Blue Kelly, the guy that was like our 8th back for the last 2 years. And now he is their starting nickel. I just don't see a lot over there that scares the crap out of me, except for their front 7 has been stopping the run, and they are tough as nails. That's a fact. Max Crosby is a big, big part of that. But you know what? You got to wear him out. You got to wear him down. And if Jaden's out there or Mariota's out there, I don't care. I feel like our offensive talent and Terry McLaurin time. I think it's a good. It's time to get him involved. It's time. He's been out there long enough now with 9 days in between games in Green Bay after the auspicious first week back. After 1 week on, I think right about now is the time to start getting him super involved in everything the way he has been for the last 6 seasons.
He needs to get 7 or 8 touches, not however many targets that takes.
Get him involved
just to get going.
He's the heart and soul of our offense. You see what happens to our sidelines when 17 gets involved and starts playmaking. You understand when he walks out into the certain section on the field, everyone starts chanting his name. He's an infectious human being. Let's use some of that infectiousness. Is that a word? Yes. Don't care. Let's use it, whatever the hell else it means. Let's use the number 17 juice this Sunday, because it's about time that 17 made the stadium rock a little bit. And it's I think it's a week for him to do that.
I think that Deebo Samuel as a blocker on the outside for Terry is an unfair advantage that we haven't pressed yet. And I know that that's not something you just want to always do but we saw last year the quick pass out to Terry that resulted in the touchdown late, where you have two blockers on 2 defenders. But if one of our blockers is Deebo Samuel, like that wasn't the case last year. Last year we didn't have Noah Brown. We didn't have
we might not have him this week either.
I know. And by the way, I didn't really embrace or fully comprehend that John Bates is a long shot for this week, so I need to mentally prepare.
Yeah, it's all right.
We need him.
He's got a groin, and that's a tough.
That's rest. Rest is the only thing.
Now he's had 9 days, but that's why there's a false hope. But let's not ruin Bates.
My groin's been asking for a day off for 10 years straight, and I said,
certain
no
hot
way.
button words that I just know. I'm like, don't say the G word, don't do it, but it's too late.
My groin tried to join a groin union, and I said, we don't do union around here, just so you know. And let me just say, there's no union in this groin. Scrolling. All right, so I also have us beating the Raiders. You have us beating the Raiders. I also agree with the board.
We got to get to 30 points this week. That's what I'm screaming.
I do think.
Don't care who we're playing. 30
okay.
at home.
I'm with you.
30-13, good guys.
I co-sign.
I have to get up in there.
Just so I can be differentiated, I'll say.
Let's handle our business. Let's
34.
show everybody who we got.
I'll throw an extra field goal. I think they give Matt Gay some. By the way, what's going on with kickers in this league? All right, we'll stop there.
You're in field goal range as soon as you catch if the kickoff is out of the end zone. You're damn near close to field goal range with half these idiots. Are the balls different? Like, are we going to have that study? Is there wind-blown aids in the indoor stadium? How are these idiots coming off the street and just kicking the ball 700 yards through the uprights?
I say two things, two possible solutions to this, in my opinion. Adjustable uprights.
Why did I bring up kickers? What you just did this to me,
Or
dude.
They will thin that shit out. If you're gonna start kicking 58-yarders on the regular without problem, guess what? We're gonna start. It's the whole cliche. In every part of life, they always say, "Oh, well, you're moving the goalposts." Today you said this was worth this, but now you're moving the goalposts, and now you're saying that. That's what we do. It's football. We move the goalposts. It's time to move the goalposts. It's time to move them.
How about this? Mark Mosley was the NFL MVP in 1983. He had 0 field goals over 50 yards and 3 over 40.
I know. We need to move the goalposts.
MVP. And he kicked it straight ahead, and he liked it fine.
Hashtag move the goalposts. But the last point that was in my head, and I love the Ben Sinnott coming out party this weekend from Ken. But who was it? Oh, Ken Harris said this. Tom Brady's crib notes. All right, so you have a guy who is calling a game, the national game of the week, for the next 50 years, as we already determined, because he's an alien. He'll own the league. He'll go into production meetings. He'll see the All-22, the All-1000. He'll see the All-1 million. He'll see it all. He gets to interview the coaches, ask them specific questions. He talks to the players during the week, and then he shows up and he calls the game. And he sees all the angles. Oh, yeah. He also owns one of the teams in the league. So he has a financial interest in the well-being, by the way, of our opponent this Sunday. Kevin, is there a conspiracy going on here?
No, and I don't give 2 craps either. And here's why. Because here's what he's saying. Gino. What is Gino? Jesus, tell him to, come on. He can't. So here's the deal. I don't give a shit.
All right.
He's up there with his suit on. And listen, I'm sure what he's saying is absolutely freaking correct, right? And perfect.
Yep.
But you cannot have his brain and try and impose that will on someone as a non-coach, because he's seeing it the way he saw it and how he could get it out. He can only give so much information to Geno Smith and be like, get out there. You've done this for 900 years yourself, your way. I think this is how it should go. I think it can only cause issues. I mean, Tom said, I know, I get it. That's fine, but here's what they're doing. But then he's got to communicate that to someone, to Geno, and he's like, bro, I watch film all week. I don't need your shit. That's just, if it was a young quarterback, fine and different. And maybe they're getting their young guys around him. I don't care, but listen, and Geno's going to listen, but there's no advantage there.
So
the questions they're answering from the media are I will agree with you. We will play football today, and I hope we tackle proper. This week's focus
Let me tell you a little something.
No penalties.
Let me tell you something about Deebo Samuel. He's a dynamic player. We want to get the ball
in
his hands.
Pass option.
So
stop the run.
I agree 100% ultimately with that side of it, and I think so that's why I also think, as a result, I think that any investigation into it all, okay, dude, it's football. We understand that people are making tons of money. I'm not. You're not.
Bro, he got investigated for flat balls.
He's like Hillary Clinton, dude. He's always being questioned and investigated. And there's a lot more similarities than we care to mention on this show. But here's the thing. Tom Brady is going to be the voice of the NFL for the next 50 years. And I just want to say, if anyone's listening, I love Tom Brady, and I think he's great. And I think that we're all better off for having him in our lives.
He's not listening.
Okay, I think he might be, though.
But I think he might be. He's gotten way freaking better, and that's good. It's hard. It's whatever. It's hard, but he's gotten way better. I know that on this board, we all love Olsen. Brady has gotten way better, but I know there's a couple guys. I think Greg Martin maybe loves Stink. I really enjoy Stink,
I don't mind him at all.
Chris Myers is a consummate professional. Yeah, I mean that's fun. I just love that we're not getting Ian Eagle every week. It's the Ian drop down and get your Ian on.
It's like coming to America. It was McDonald's.
He dropped down and put his Ian on us every week at Northwest Stadium.
We're not McDonald's if we're coming to America. Was it McDougal's?
McDougal's, yes.
That's we always got the McDougal's guy calling our game. It was always like, it's like a famous guy's son,
not Tom Brady,
a famous guy's nephew. It's like, wait, I recognize that last name. I think we're getting McDonald's. Nope, you're getting McDougal's. Fine. Let the Raiders let them try to get Geno Smith. If they have a 17-plus play dry against us on Sunday, I will be absolutely livid. But at the same time, I will also consider it us doing a great job against their offense, because that's. I mean, they needed to win. Like this is, by the way, everyone was like, "Oh, a 20-play drive that resulted in 3 points in 11 minutes of time in possession. That is amazing." No, they were down. They had to score. They needed a touchdown. They needed points. They needed to get the ball back. It took them 11 minutes and 20 plays to get a 38-yard, 39-yard
McDowell's, not McDougal's. I don't know why you asked me these trivia questions after having.
Sorry, EO.
No. That's on all of us. That's on me. I agreed with it. That's why I didn't say shit about Bill winning the Pepsi Rookie of the Week when I said the Tuesday after, is because I also said Emmanuel Forbes would be a starting cornerback here for 4 years. So I'm not going to pat myself on the back when I've gotten slim pickings. You know what I'm saying? But I did say Bill, the day we got him, would be if the half a, but not worth bragging about when you get your ass stumped in the dirt. So,
all right. So we're in the home stretch here. I promised to make this a 1 hour show. Last week, I took us 146.
Ooh,
my man. I know. That is my fault. And sometimes you flex the creamy biceps and they get the better of you. So this week,
sorry about that.
If you notice, I'm keeping loose. The creamy biceps are in check. We're going old school Duff beer. We got the birthday boy. We got ice cream cake slowly melting in this.
We haven't lost to the Raiders in 20 years, almost this November.
I look at this. So let's fully transition to the game this week.
Jesus.
To the game this week.
Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, so take it easy. And I will say this.
Come on, let's fully transition.
Oh
my God, I told you I was sweating.
I try to get you.
Kev, don't raise your arm again. Like, oh man.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Dude, well, listen.
Well, it's a tough week.
It's a tough week. So I love, and let's talk about the Raiders. Let's talk about the matchup for a second.
Let's go.
So this is important to me as a football fan, because the Oakland Raiders, who I always want to call them the Oakland Raiders, they're the Las Vegas Raiders. And by the way, I love Las Vegas. The same reason why I call them the Redskins, not Commanders. It's no disrespect. I'm not trying to be confrontational. Just like my brain, I think John Madden, Oakland Raiders, they're badass. It's the same helmets and colors. Anyways, legendary organization. If you grew up loving the NFL and watching NFL films, you got a steady diet of awesome Raider stuff.
Chris Berman, the Raiders. Like, I can't get that out of my head.
Al Davis, love him or hate him, man, you would have been okay with him as your owner, because at the end of the day, the way he did it, I loved it. I embrace the good and the bad with Al Davis, but Al Davis, having had Dan Snyder,
stop embracing this thing.
Dollar in the jar. The whole identity and persona of this team and this organization forever. So I respect and love that. I love that they're OG NFL. It's like it's like in the NHL, like the Big Six, the original six. You know what I mean? Like the Raiders are the Raiders. We played them in Super Bowl. We got our asses handed to us by Marcus Allen.
I was there.
He was freaking there.
Yeah. Sat next to my dad on the right and Oscar Robertson on the left. It's a long story. You guys have heard it over the years. But that always is in my head. They broke my soul.
They beat one of the best teams on the planet historically in the NFL.
I cried.
That NFL
cried.
That 83 team was
inconsolable.
Good. Shit. Was it
Flores? It was our best team. Tom Flores. Oh my God. Marcus Allen was the MVP of the Super Bowl, but
Tom Flores and that coaching staff, they won the game.
Well, we might have lost it with our partying.
Yeah.
I took a picture with the reigning MVP the night before in the hotel, and he smelled like the stuff that I'm drinking tonight. Just being honest.
Yeah.
And that's how our guys rolled. So, you do what you do, and you win or you lose. But real quick, before we get out of here, and I know you're done.
No, I'm not.
I just want.
I want to talk Raiders.
I know, and I do want to do that. But real quick, before we do that,
okay.
I just want everyone to know this, because I'm going to forget it. This Saturday, First Amendment Sports is covering I'm dead serious.
Yes.
A high school football game is the furthest distance between two high school football teams ever covered in the history of high school football. No team, Capillet High School, is coming to Washington, D.C. to take on the St. John's Cadets. I have a son on the field that day. I have a brother in the booth that day. And there's going to be another brother that's going to be with us that day, and we know it. It is so cool historically. So, guys, check it out. It's going to be super special for us. No high school football team from the state of Hawaii has ever been east of the Mississippi in the history of the sport. They're coming this weekend on Saturday at 12:45. The Cadets are taking on the Capillet Hurricanes, and it is going to be such a special, special day. These kids are coming from half a globe away to visit our nation's capital on an amazing trip, and history is going to be broken and made and rewritten, and I can't imagine that we'd be able to do this. Another box checker that the box never existed, but we're checking it anyways. Ken, I can't wait for that. That's going to be the coolest part of the entire weekend. It's been making me happy all week. So, man, now let's get back to the Raiders.
Luau Hibachi?
Listen, I was just in Leonardtown this week telling the story, and I thought, wow, this is neat. But what it would be, Marcus Mariota is from that part of the state. He's from Oahu. If these kids come to town this week and Marcus Mariota is the starter, like that would be super neat, man.
Yep.
How cool would that be? And Ken Niamatola from out there. Kurt Govea is a close friend of their head coach. And I was like, man, we got these connections. Taualia, say the last name.
Tungavailoa.
Was the high school quarterback at this high school for 2 years before Tua got the gig in Alabama and the whole family moved down there. This is going to be
Is he done in Miami? Is he done in Miami?
I don't know.
He might be done in Miami.
I wanted him to be done 2 years ago when we got his head kicked in for the 50th time.
Yeah.
But he's such a badass. I mean, he is a real human being, a great guy who will do great with the money he has moving forward. So I'd like him to have a few more dollars because people like him do great things with it for others.
He throws it. He's a spinner.
Yeah, he does.
He
does.
Beginning of the show, we talked about he's on the opposite side of the aisle from Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He'll throw it up.
No, he'll throw it up.
Oh, he'll throw it up.
Hey, listen, the spirit of aloha.
Yep. My ties in the booth,
hey,
Ken
man.
Harris. All right, so and I just had so many thoughts because we have to.
I know, but Raiders.
Marcus Mariota played for the Raiders.
Yes, he
did. He may in fact be starting for us this day. But I think as someone who attended Redskins games for 20 years in the stands, in the roughest 20 years, at least of our lifetime, of our lifetime, 60s. By the way, I always like tip my hat to the pre-Lombardi and into the George Allen days. Those were some rough days too for Washington Redskins fans in DC. When Raiders came to town, Raiders fans were great. I loved them. I thought they were the only thing. The only problem I had is there was a guy with the costume, and he had shoulder pads with huge spikes coming out of the shoulder pads, and he sat in the stands. And
he couldn't hold you on his shoulders properly?
He couldn't hold me up. I couldn't. Yeah, we were doing chicken fighting in the pool afterwards, and it was a terrible situation.
You guys had to be the one seed, though.
I think he was like even trying to like wiggle himself down because he knew it was. He was like had a long permed blonde hair. It was weird.
He had those pads for a while.
No, what I was like, I was sitting behind him, but it wasn't blocking my view. But anyways, I love Buffalo Bills fans. I love Raiders fans. There's some fan bases in this league that I love. Raiders were always one of them. When they came to town and those fans came to the parking lot, I totally dug it. I had fun with those guys.
Yeah, Oakland fans were the real deal.
Yeah.
Forget about the LA Raiders. Forget about the Vegas Raiders. The Oakland Raiders fans were spectacular, and I love that about them. Even though I hated what they did in Super Bowl 18, but not their fault.
Yep.
It was. It's a franchise that I've always been intrigued with, and I love the fact that we haven't lost to them. How many franchises can we say we haven't lost to? November 20th, 2005. We've won 4 games since there in the 4-year rotation of schedule. We're 4-0 against these guys,
and we lost
since 2005. Who can we say that about, for gosh sake? And you remember this, Ken? One of our last great September wins. I believe it was Kirk. The Raiders came to town. They were pretty good. I know who our backup. Nate Sudfeld was our rookie backup because the next day, C.J. Johnson, who's producing the show right now with London Fletcher and Bram, C.J. took me golfing, and Nate Sudfeld was the celebrity guy. And it was the day after we beat the dog shit out of the Raiders, 27-10. It might have been Gruden.
Yep.
It might have been Gruden. But that was the last big, huge September win. We went like 3-1 or 2-1. I think we had beaten maybe Kansas City. It was all of a sudden we were feeling ourselves. Maybe 2017. I can't pull it out of my cheeks right now, but we beat the ever-living dog crap out of the Raiders for some reason. And the only other damn game I remember about a great game that we beat them was Joe Washington on Dick Enberg on when 60 Minutes was ticking down and my Sunday was ending and we were playing at 4:00, which we never did out on the West Coast. And Joe Washington had like a little check down, dump off, and when Theismann got killed by 100 people and went like 40. And it was so great.
When you talk, when I think about random Raiders games, because I was trying to think of great Giants games and I couldn't think of one since 2007 in terms of true greatness. Roy Halou Jr., I believe it was, set the reception record for the Washington Redskins against the Raiders. I believe
he did. Yeah. Was it that day?
I think it might have been. It may have been that. It was because we won that game. Obviously, because it was in the last 4 weeks. Yeah, get some of that. Hey, by the way, there's utensils.
There's like one piece of cake left. There's just bites out of it, which is weird.
I'm looking at who has like utensils.
That's so good.
This is a special night, a very special night. The Oakland Raiders coming to town is a fun week for us for a variety of reasons, and to close out the feeling of it, the vibe. Again, we're in a new era, so everyone's trying to. We're like, who are we? Are we the NFC Championship? Team? Are we?
Who are we?
Who are we? We're not the We're not as good. We're not as good as the Packers.
Nope.
Who are the Packers?
Not today.
Who knows?
That's okay.
But we're not as good as them. We know that. We're way better than the Giants. We know that. And so we get to match ourselves with another team that we think we can beat. So does everybody else. This isn't a must-win game. This is a should-win game. And those are important games for teams who consider themselves playoff contenders. Playoff contenders need to win, if not all, the majority of should-win games. And this is no disrespect to the Raiders. We're favorites in this game. And this is a game that a good team should win because we watched it with my own eyes. I watched the Raiders last night with my own eyes. I understand who they are in week 2. I watched them in week 1 as well. Whatever. It's 2 games, but we're the favorites. This is a should-win game. That's the kind of game that we need to be knocking down early, because if we aren't a should win winning team, then our identity becomes that much harder to find.
How about we just kick the shit out of him because I don't like Pete Carroll and he chomps on gum and I don't care how young of a 74-year-old he is. I just want to beat his cheating ass. Is that fair?
I love the Pete Carroll animosity. I do.
Well, he's a cheater.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
I know you don't. I know.
Hey, man, I love high school football and I love pro football. But if you just take a big dump on a place like USC after like, oh, no, I won it all by cheating a little bit, perhaps. Who knows? I just don't like it. And I don't like him all that much. And I don't want to lose to Pete Carroll and watch him chomping gum in the presser. Oh, Mr. Energy, shut up, nerd. Take your L. Let's go to Northwest Stadium and beat the crap out of Pete Carroll and the rest of these dudes. And look, I don't mind Geno, but hey, Geno, throw 1 touchdown and throw us 4 picks and keep that shit regular. Pardon my language.
It
Megan.
Is.
Megan rarely is in the basement when I'm using curse words.
That's why we're
it's
like,
only birthday.
It's all dangs and hex and like, what's going on here? 18 double hockey sticks. I like the game of football is, to me, is an emotional situation, which means that a guy who's older could still be a coach and a successful one. Obviously, we brought Joe Gibbs back in his older age. Fine.
F your Rockport's Pete Carroll.
Yeah. But you can't but your team can't look old also. Like if you're 74 years old, like you can't also have a quarterback that I understand Geno Smith took on some comers last night with his shoulder. Right. But listen.
I respect Geno and everything he's done.
Me too. We've played. Our organization is littered with 30-plus-year-old players who've come here to be good at football only to be thwarted by the fact that they're playing here. That's what's happening, I think, right now in Las Vegas as they kind of reestablish themselves. But like you can't get beat by Geno Smith. You know what I mean? Like you can't get beat by Ashton Genty for that.
If you have an extra 4 days off and they got to travel across the country and their team has scored 2 touchdowns in 2 weeks, no, you can't. No, you effing can't. If you think you're at least an above average team, at least in this league, an above average team.
Let's say some names.
Yeah, that's not huge expectation.
Let's say some games. Let's say some names. This is a should-win game. Let's say some names. Trey Amos. I thought he was a bright spot, or he looked good. He's looking good. Trey Amos has to be a guy this week because
our whole secondary sucked last week.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, it's fine.
He got
but
worked.
I'm talking about this
St.
week.
Ristel got worked. Freaking Lattimore got worked. We got worked. So
we got worked last week. But I'm talking about for this week.
They need to do something different.
Trey Amos, I thought he was able to be physical in some tight spots in one-on-ones.
He's a rookie and he's showing us some stuff. It's neat to watch him.
He's showing us some stuff.
But
I want to see some stuff this week.
Yeah, exactly. Like Tunsil was badass in some plays last week.
Oh, here's a name. Say some names.
Connerly needs to wake up because Max Crosby may come here and eat his breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And
that's a distinct possibility, especially without Bates. But just saying, these are the possibilities. That's fine. But I do appreciate that good teams do win these games. And I love getting that from a boy in the 757, Ken. And that's what should happen.
What's up,
exactly.
Robert Cohen?
But there will be Robert Cohen moments when Max Crosby, who, as he should, shows Josh Connerly what you need to do to be great in this league. And I'm happy that it's September for it because we got other guys for Crosby, and he'll never be in a one-on-one. And if he is, that means that our guys believe in him.
Yeah.
So if you see him in a one-on-one scenario, let's take a peek because I'd love to see it.
The ideal scenario is that because you can't shut Max Crosby out.
Nope, not at all.
But I would rather. But let's let him make his plays in the run game and not the passing game
specifically.
And that's the key.
Tackles for loss in the run game are 2 or 3, but yes, sir. We're talking about fumble, scoop, score, pick six,
exactly,
the whole nine.
Strip
that's who he
and,
is. That's who Max Crosby is.
Yeah, and really, if you go in there thinking, all right, he'll get a TFL, he'll cut across the line, and blow up a play in the line of scrimmage.
Knife through it.
But we won't let him A, hurt our quarterback, B, beat us where we want to go in a passing situation. So, and that to me is where that's where Jaden Daniels is super effective.
100,000.
So,
and how about this? I will close what I have to say with saying I agree exactly with Greg Martin. When Joe Witt got here, and we say it every week. No, but we have turnovers. We're going to create turnovers, and we haven't done that here in forever. We still haven't. So let's see.
Still haven't.
Let's go. Let's see. Let's go and let's see. I think we have the personnel.
Let's see. Is that a hashtag? Let's go and let's see.
Hey, I'm talking about tonight.
That's what when you turn 50.
Go and let's see what's going on out there.
That's a great motto for turning 50.
Let's go
and let's see.
Hey, listen, Ken. I'm never getting any younger than I am right now, so let's have a shit ton of fun tonight.
We're gonna have a shit ton of fun.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you guys. Listen, we are 1-1. The landscape of the league, as we like to say, is wide open, and it's the NFL gods are opening it up even further. There's so many nooks and crannies for teams to crawl into in September and October, and it's like a Honey I Shrunk the playoff contenders, scenario. Like there's like giant Legos.
I want you to know that I'm shaking
ants.
my head because I'm so nervous. I'm just nervous.
I don't know. Was marshmallows?
Honey, I Shrunk the playoff contenders.
Oatmeal cream pies in the yard.
Old Pappy Rick Moranis.
It's happening.
Rick Moranis.
Yes.
You are Rick Moranis.
Well,
tonight.
it's something's happening. But we do need
caused muff overs.
We need some caused muff overs. We will be back in 7 days to talk about this Washington Commanders Oakland Raiders tilt in Washington. I don't know what jerseys we're wearing. I know we're getting a halfway decent broadcast team. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the NFL weekend.
Enjoy the color scheme in the gray muff scenario.
Is it going to be a gray muff scenario?
I kind of just said it.
I know you did, and
I was looking at your gray beard and I was thinking, he's not going to mind this one.
No,
not at all.
No, but I love turning it back.
We're the oldest team in the NFL, Ken.
Oldest.
I'm not talking about Pete Carroll here.
Or this guy.
No. You know, Pete Carroll's one of them. Like he's full. He's.
Yeah, we're an old team that doesn't play old. By the way, Chase Edmonds. Did we talk about Chase Edmonds?
I love it.
Mr. 5
He didn't
touchdowns.
play last year.
It's like Al Bundy.
I know, but he was the perfect guy. We keep finding these running backs that didn't play last year.
Didn't play last year.
Bill and him, they didn't play last year.
That's an interesting Tinder search, but hey, listen, we're gonna run the algorithms and see what happens. And Chase Edmonds came up. He is McNichols. You know what I mean? Like 8 years, 9 years later, he's just a guy who runs hard.
Doesn't fumble, says mass, and the priest doesn't show up on Sunday. These are the type of guys we get. Like not causing an issue, no trouble. Yeah. But when you can find a dude with the juice of Bill, and nice job so far, Bill.
So far.
I dig Bill.
Let's go.
That's all. But not like everyone's like, oh, he's the player.
We're going burgundy.
It's cool.
All right, that means gold pants.
Oh,
I love it.
Does it?
I think so.
All right.
I think
Let's
so.
get into
But
some burgundy on Sunday.
I want burgundy and gold forever. That's my number one jersey combo, so I love it. I thought they looked great. We are 7 days away from our next potential Victory Tuesday, and we can feel it. We can taste it. We love it. We want it. We're going to root it on. We got 7 days to get ready for it, and we will be ready for it with all of you guys. Kevin, last thoughts?
Over 100 for Bill. Yes, this week. And gentlemen, we all know EO's taught us on the way out here. We got the Raiders coming to town. Don't muff it up this Sunday, boys.
Don't muff it up, fellas. I'm Ken Meringolo.
Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.
Happy
you guys have
birthday
made it all
guy.
so great. No, but I really do. I have a huge place in my heart for everyone that shows up on Tuesday. I really do. It's really one of the most positive things in my world, and it's turned some of this negative part of the summer into a super positive. As you guys witnessed tonight, you guys are the exact huge part of it. We're all connected together, and everyone that treats each other the way that you guys treat us, and we hope to do the same. It means a lot, and much appreciated from a guy who loves the team that you guys do. So
dude,
cheers, guys.
Hey, Derek's here.
Oh, man.
We went from... I think it's a big deal. So, like, when you talk about it, if you think about it, and this is a big deal.
I thought we were going no mas.
Well, we did.
But I'm going to lose it.
Roman numerals. You went to a single letter. To me, that's great. You're just, you're just a straight L, just an L. No other I's or V's or C's or X's.
I know.
None of it. You're just one letter. I think that's cool. It's like a reset.
No, if there was two L's, it'd be cool, like LL Cool J.
But no, but you can listen.
Look. I gotten around the way, girl. I'm good, man.
You're okay.
I am good. That's my homie.
Girls.
Look,
Derek Elphick in the house. We're gonna close this thing out. We are still live. 7 days away.
I can't wait to hear this one.
Hopefully, being 2-1.
Thank you guys for the birthday wishes, and I appreciate you guys very, very much.
I want to take this out
very
on
very
much.
You guys really have no idea how much I do appreciate you all, and how I have the last few months. I think I said that before, but I just want to make sure. It's a damn good feeling to come into this awesome family's basement and hang out with a bunch of incredible people from all over this amazing country.
We'll see you guys in 7 days. The Washington Commanders 1-1, heading into their home stadium on Sunday.
Hail to the Redskins this week.
Oakland Raiders, who we will always call from Oakland, even though Vegas is no offense to Vegas. Love you guys. We're still live. Don't go nowhere.
Why do I feel like Isaac's here and we're on a cruise?
Still live.
Hail to the Redskins.
Hey now. Hey now.
Cheers, EO. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, happy 43rd, you young buck.
Happy 43rd, sir. See you in 7 days.